Carl and Damon here from Brrraains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short, and it's Castlevania Nocturne. They made what into a TV series. We're up to episode 4, the halfway point of season 1, Horrors Rising from the Earth. Directed by Sam Dietz and Adam Dietz. So back to more traditional one. And with one of our regular writers of this show, Clive Bradley. Right, we begin seeing night creature Edward about to be killed by dissection by a hulking night creature. That guy as well. He'll appear a lot on this.
Oh, yeah.
He's basically a huge monstrous thing with 3 heads.
Yeah, it's weird, yeah.
I think he's like the jailer almost to a certain degree. In the catacombs of the church. The abbot, Emmanuel, stops it and speaks to Edward, pointing out his purpose and what he is, showing him his reflection in the blade of his sword. Basically, like, what you doing, bro? Mm-hmm. You're this, and this is what you're here to do.
He also shows mercy, though, because he doesn't kill him.
It's true. It appears as though the night creature has retained much of Edward as he is shocked to actually see what he looks like. Terra believes that the abbot is probably the prisoner of the Forge Master. Awkward! Pointing out that he helped her when she first came here. Oh yeah. Later episodes, people. Yep. Maria is less kind, suggesting that he might be the Forge Master and that the church has a history of working with evil to further its own gain. I'm like, we know that's fucking true. Yep. Meanwhile, Richter checks on Annette, disputing her claim of the night creature being Edward. She is insistent, though, and refuses to abandon him. Richter argues that he can't be saved unless saving means death, and gets angry with the silent suggesting that they go into the Abbey. As Richter's like, look, this is not a good idea, man. He basically, at least is being sensible.
You're walking into their building.
Yeah, and we don't really have a plan, and you have no idea about the Edward thing. What are we doing here? He doesn't want a repeat of the chateau and also argues that they don't know anything about what might be going on inside. The others, though, are adamant, even in the face of Richter's demands, that they actually create a plan. The conversation turns to his fears and the death of his mother before Terra reveals that she knows of a secret passage into the church's catacombs, and she insists that she comes with them, though. Convenient, but sometimes we need it.
I thought convenient at first until later episodes.
Later episodes, where it might make a little more sense why she knows the secret way in.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. In an interesting turn-up, though, Ulrich and Mizrak have had sex and are in bed together. How shocked were we about that scene?
I could not believe it.
I was like, okay, fair enough. Yep. The former begins to get dressed as Ulrich asks about the abbot's plan to use Erzbeth and how dangerous it is. He wonders if Mizrak believes in the church's plan, but Mizrak kind of fobs him off here. It gets a bit frosty when Ulrich talks of other gods, and Mizrak defends the one true God before leaving. He is a faithful man, that much is clear. Yep. But talk about a layered character. Because sodomy, as it were, in the Bible is not an acceptable thing, so to speak, and stuff like that. But I was intrigued. I'm like, okay. Because no part of me didn't think for a second, and this is Castlevania, absolutely, a loving gay relationship would be an exciting thing. And an interesting thing, and it's been hinted at and played around with in other ways and stuff like that. But between a vampire Ulrich and a Christian
man,
but also, like, what a hypocrite. Like, come on.
Especially when he... Well, no, I'll save
it. Save it for the actual episode. But it is fascinating to sort of see this and how he struggles, how Mizrak struggles with his own faith and what's acceptable in the eyes of God, so to speak. Meanwhile, Drolta arrives at the church and Ulrich watches Mizrak and the Abbey and all them bow to her. Terra reveals the secret entrance to the church's catacombs, refusing to reveal how she knows about it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Looks like everyone's beginning to turn up at the same time. But also, again, it's a later episode thing, the way she kind of fobs them off about knowing about it.
Yep.
In the church, Drolta is introduced to the abbot by the Marquis. After some back and forth regarding their alliance, we see that Mizrak has no love for her at all. Those two, man. I do like how across this show, they kind of... It's little things. And later on, there'll be quite a good little scene where, but he does not like her. And she finds his petulance irritating, which is quite fun. Mm-hmm. The abbot calms things down, of course, and it is revealed that the hope is the alliance will quash the revolution. That's kind of his thing, is he's like, this alliance will quash the revolution and save the church because the revolution threatens the church. And I think this is really interesting, like, three-way battle. Revolution, vampires, the church, and how they're all interlinked and battling each other in different ways while also having the same goal at the same time.
If you two fucking join together, and you get what you want.
Yeah, but the revolution is flawed in the sense that it feels as well for thinking the church should be destroyed and taken down.
Yeah, okay.
People are always going to need faith, and you ain't never stopping it. The church should have been Christianity should have been destroyed after what happened with Dracula.
Yes, 100%.
It still survived. It always will survive. Deep in the catacombs, Tara asks Annette if she can kill Edouard, even if he is a monster, and she does seem unsure. The conversation above turns to the abbot's Forge Master ways, and he promises that he would deliver what Elizabeth needs. And we establish here that these fools think they're getting a form of a Joan of Arc, a reference to Joan of Arc, someone that can inspire people. Like, but a vampire!
I know.
Drolta then demands to be shown the Forge Master's machine and asks that Mizrak be the one to show her around. I like that as well. He's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, me really? Yes.
It's like a force of
power
power.
trip. It's a power trip. Yeah. I will exert some of my power here. Meanwhile, Aurochs has also arrived and is checking at the bowels and finds Edouard caged up. They look upon each other and Aurochs is taken back to some degree by what he sees. He is sympathetic though, and we find that Edouard has a voice, doesn't know what he is, but he wants his freedom. Aurochs laughs and points at that as something we all want. Great scene!
Brilliant scene, man.
Because it's just where he's like, and what are you? And that voice. Yep. And like, he's just intrigued by it. And it's just that as well. It's like, it's like, we all want freedom.
He's one of these characters who I know are going to be massive coming up.
Layered as fuck. But also, because of what he did, has...
Yes.
I don't know where it's going to go, but like, he's so intertwined with Belmont. I mean, we'll see further along as well how we deal with some of these issues.
Well, I mean, there's a reason why he killed Julia Belmont.
But that doesn't change the fact he killed Julia Belmont.
But there was a reason why.
But
we'll obviously...
We'll cover that when we get to it. As a hero group arrives inside the bowels of the church, they expect trouble. But the singing of Edouard is heard. Everyone hears it, and Annette enters fight mode. And not a moment too soon as night creatures attack. Let's get through it and then we'll talk about it. Aurochs examines the night creature machine and the process to make them. Edouard's song plays out as the heroes fight and kill night creatures. It is one of the best scenes in the entire show. The power of this song with these fights, it will make the hair stand up in the back of your neck. 100%. It is stunning.
Literally, I think it's every episode now he sings.
It has a song. It's glory. It is brilliant.
It's magical,
it is magical. It's that. It's what helps gives the moment our group turn a corner and come face to face with the Abbot, Mizrak, and the vampires even more weight. The way they turn the corner and they're just there, and it's like, oh, shit. We've kind of got to go. But also you realise, because seeing and recognising Drolta, Tara realises the Abbot has betrayed him, and the look they give each other is amazing. The Abbot, the animation does good. I fucked up face.
Yeah, so the shock.
He's terrified of being found out for the hypocrite he is. The fighting continues with the three women getting the better of Drolta. Love that fight with Drolta. Yeah. Every Drolta fight, to be fair, is amazing.
Brilliant, yeah.
Forcing her to escape momentarily. This allows Annette to find Edouard and look upon him. Drolta returns though and slashes Maria's arm, so we get hurt here. As she goes to kill her though, the Abbot grabs her arm and refuses to let her kill Maria, claiming that this is not part of our deal. You're not supposed to hurt children. Richter, who's currently dealing with night creatures, is now attacked by the Marquis. In her tears, Annette offers to end Edouard's suffering, but this threat frightens him and sends him scurrying into the darkness. Richter battles the Marquis while Drolta turns her attention to Annette with the Abbot's permission. She's like, can I kill that one, basically? And it's like, he doesn't say anything, but he's like, yeah, clearly that's okay. This is such a series of awesome fights, but having Richter absolutely wreck the Marquis. Because the Marquis is I love the fact that there are vampires that are no match for a Belmont. 100%. There are plenty that are, but some that are simply no match. And him loudly declaring who I am Richter fucking Belmont. And I kill fucking vampires.
Brilliant speech.
It's like, yes you are. And this to me, the first time I watched it was where I went, he's a fucking Belmont.
Yeah.
Because I've been stuck with Trevor, and Trevor was my Belmont, and Richter, while he's been a character into this, hasn't felt like a Belmont. This was just like, yeah, you are one of them.
Yeah, because he comes across as like he's not very well trained.
Yes, he's had to learn a lot on his own.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And the thing is, we're not even seeing the true Richter Belmont yet, who he really is. Richter stares down the Abbot, and I love that as well. It's like Richter was ready to kill him.
Yes.
Tara demands to know what he's done, and the Abbot tries to justify his actions, because of course he fucking does. As Richter threatens to kill the Abbot, Mizrak stands in front of him, but it doesn't matter because no one has noticed the smoke pooling around him until a smooth voice says, "Little boy Belmont, all grown up." Oh, this episode is
deep, man.
Brilliant. Olrox appears and Richter freaks out, declaring that they had to leave now. We've got to fucking leave now. Everyone makes a run for it, including Annette, who promises Edward that she will come back for him. They escape, and Olrox introduces himself to Drolta, and it seems as though he was actually expected. He had been invited, because he's a powerful vampire from the Americas.
Yep.
Before she leaves, Drolta tells the abbot to replace the night creatures he has lost. Outside, Richter's disappeared, and Annette is furious. The night is coming, and our group realise things have kind of gotten out of control here. Best episode so far.
Yeah, well,
an absolute beast of an episode at the halfway point that really brings everything together, connects all the characters up, sets up a dark future, creates bigger issues for Richter. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the fear. And the animation too.
Yeah.
Of Richter's fear and the tears and everything was amazing. And again, it also shows the immaturity of the group. No kids.
They have no idea.
To charge into that place.
They had no idea what they were dealing with, and they just put themselves at risk here. You're absolutely right. It was a big mistake.
Edward died because of your immaturity.
Yep.
And you almost did it again.
Because they're not seeing how big of a problem they've got on their hands.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, they will. They're getting there, and this was the start of it. Episode 4, should I say, Horrors Rising from the Earth. Got any thoughts and you know what to do? Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website where reviews, news and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at gbhbl. Just search for gbhbl and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.